Me. Yeah. This is the second year of Literature Festival for our school, and we're trying to make it bigger and better. Right? First year we had Jerry Pinto, the Sahitya Academy Award winner, who had come and spoken to our children. It was almost similar to what we are doing now, but we are just doing it on a scale higher this year because every year we have to improve. And what is the scale higher that we are doing? This time the teachers took a back seat and the children took the front seat. So they planned, they decorated, they communicated with the guests. They are taking the photography if you are seeing all around, and it is mostly learner led. We say it is learner in हमारे language में आप हम लोगों के जब बोले जाते थे we used to call student, but now we say learner. Yes, so it is entirely a learner led conference. We have a very good budget to do this because Billabong believes that literature, storytelling, reaching out to people, like you people have become journalists and you're reaching out to people, right, is very, very important. And most importantly, our children, all our children, no matter what they do, somebody is good in art, somebody is good in science, somebody is good in speaking, somebody is good in debating, somebody is good in business. So they have, you see, they have stalls here. All these are children's stalls. So every child in the school gets an opportunity to showcase what they do best or what they want to do. So one, it is collaboration. Two, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of enjoyment. And three, it's a lot of learning. So when learning happens with joy, with fun, with friends, I think that is the best form of learning, and that is what Billabong believes in, and that is why we are having this Literature Fest year on year, and we intend to continue this for many more years.
What is creative expression?
So if you see that we have a newsletter coming out every year. Yes, if you've seen that the first program that we had, the morning show, that was on war-stricken Kashmir. So what did the children do? They actually expressed their ideas not only in English, but also in Urdu poetry, but also in cinema, and understanding their own country. What are the problems of our own country? So what happens is our children get an expression stage, and it is a non-judgmental place.
Urdu poetry was also.
Yes. So if I don't know whether you were there in the morning, ma'am was there, and we listened to it. This was called Kashmiriana, and so we shifted from war, peace, and because Kashmir is a war-stricken land of our own country, when we think of cross-border violence, the first thing that comes to our mind is Kashmir. When we think of beauty, the first thing that comes to our mind is Kashmir. So both of them emerged, and we did this program, which was scripted and presented by our own children, the Billabong children.
How many students participate?
In this particular, so in the entire LitFest, all my 800 children are doing something or the other. If you see the Harry Potter corner, it is totally student-led. Jo wand ban raha hai, which is a very famous Harry Potter wand, one of my child is doing the wand. Okay, and if you see, bada line lag gaya wahan pe for adults to go and make the wand. She's a 6th grade child. So she came and told me one day, ma'am, I make Harry Potter wands. Immediately it struck us. Harry Potter, literature, wand making, child. Chalo, charo cheez ko ek saath karo or give the child a space. And trust me, we actually gave a workshop. We said, okay, it's 200 rupees per workshop. And yet we got so much of, registrations. So anything that a child does is facilitated in our school.
Child will get some award.
Of course, the child will get not only award. See, the fact is, I'll tell you, this is not, this is coming straight from my heart, from a teacher's heart. Day before yesterday, she was absent. We called her up. What happened? Where are you? And she was very, very ill, ma'am. And then she said, tell principal, ma'am, I'm going at 2 o'clock. Tell her not to worry. I will go and make the Harry Potter wands, no matter how sick I am. So this is what, otherwise what, school jana hai, karna hai. Our children don't do that. So then I rested, and then all the other volunteers are coming and asking, ma'am, workshop paisa de liya hai, itne sare registrations ho gaya hai, kya kare? I said, don't worry, she will come. And she's there doing it.
Ma'am, your take on the idea of LitFest in schools?
Yeah.
Was more
Yeah, she said
Correct.
Now again in Pune this time.
Yeah.
It's a big affair.
So
But
if you
starting, yeah.
if you see, usually LitFests are populated by adults. It happens on a grand scale. Authors come, publishers come. A lot of people who love reading, they're all there. But it's mostly adults. There are very few programs that focus purely on children. But if you look at our country, I mean, our population is huge, and the number of young people in our country is also tremendous. So this is a great way in which children can get involved with literature, and having it in a school is like there's no other place better than this, right? So I'm really glad that Billabong has taken the initiative, and they have built everything around reading, around literature, and it's not just about that. It is also different types of art. There's a lot of expression. Like ma'am mentioned, the kids have taken the lead, so there's a lot of learning that's also happening. So it's a beautiful way to bring a lot of things together and keeping children at the forefront, because that is the most important thing.
Parents also invited.
Yes, everyone. It's open to all LitFest. That's why we don't call it a conference or something. We call it a festival. जहाँ पे everyone is invited. Anyone who wants to read. So if you see the debate that we did, it was an inter-school debate. So we had invited all the schools. Because when Gayatri is here, and everybody, all of us grew up reading Tinkle, right? And let children, see her, understand. And my children only interviewed her. And they asked what it is to become an author, what it is to become a publisher, and she gave them,
Yeah.
a heart-to-heart answer.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
also
there.
for us as writers, as editors or publishers, it's very important to connect with children, because they are our audiences, and we have to, उनको जानना जरूरी है कि what are they thinking, what are they feeling. So this is a great opportunity for us also to interact with them and understand them and get feedback from them. So it's a beautiful occasion.
A lot of literature now, I mean, the local literature is kind of,
Fading.
being like, researched and it's coming out.
Right.
How much that time, it was all local, but now again, your take on the local.
Amma Chitragatha is theirs, no?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
So the local literature which is coming out from villages, what is your take on?
It's a very, very good thing. I feel what happened in between was a phase where we turned too much towards the Western influences in our lives, in different ways. It could be even other forms of media like shows or movies, or a little bit of that happened. But I feel India, with its diverse culture, regions, languages, it's very, very vibrant, and a lot of it has been around. So it's wonderful that popular media is now talking about it. I mean, it never faded away, but really it is about what is being spoken about, what is trending, right? That is the word right now. And I'm glad that a lot of these regional languages and a lot of art from different parts of India are being showcased once again. People are talking about it, and it's a wonderful thing. Nothing can go wrong. In fact, I'm glad here. When Kashmiriana was being performed, there was an amalgamation of different languages. If you see the podcasts, the children have not just spoken in English. Marathi mein bhi hai, Hindi mein bhi hai. They're talking about Munshi Premchand. These are writers that maybe today's children don't know. So it's important to talk about it and keep it alive.
Ma'am, how was the response?
Sir, I would also want to tell you the last news. So we have a newsroom in our school. जहाँ पे whatever happens in the school, children script. So it is those who want to become journalists, for instance. They script, they photograph, they edit, and then they present it in the form of a news. So the last news that we did was in Marathi. So a child read it out, and if you want, we can share the video with you. Why? Because we wanted to reach to the wider audience. कि it's not लोग समझते हैं कि international school है, बाप रे बाप सब English में हो. But that's not what it is. We propagate Hindi. So if you go there, you will see there's a French corner. We are calling it the French Pavilion. So foreign languages, it is actually languages, literature, reading, right? It is not English literature, Hindi literature, Marathi literature. So it is, all the languages. So reading in any language you are comfortable, any language you like.
This literary festival, what is the benefit for a student in academic?
in academics. So I can tell you there's a slogan that we have in the school: back to reading. Okay, watch your cinema, do your reels, go for parties, go to the malls, go back and read. So if you see any great person, anybody in any field, starting from a reader, a writer, or even maybe Mark Zuckerberg, they say that they read 10 pages every day. What happens when you read? Your imagination improves. If your imagination improves, your critical thinking improves. If your critical thinking improves, your academics improve. So ultimately, it is a circle. If I am reading, I am sitting here and I am watching a movie that somebody else is doing, I am getting a clear picture of what the director has told me, right? But if I'm reading, I am imagining कि एस्किमोस को कैसे दिख रहा होगा, या कश्मीर लोगों को कैसे कैसे दिखता होगा. आई एम मेकिंग माई ओन इमेजिनेशन. और ये इमेजिनेशन से क्या क्या नहीं हो सकता. आर्ट हो सकता है, लिटरेचर हो सकता है, साइंस हो सकता है. अल्टीमेटली आइंस्टाइन ने क्या कहा है कि साइंस इज एक्चुअली इमेजिनेशन. पीपल थॉट कि हम लोग उड़ेंगे, तभी ना एयरप्लेन तैयार हुआ, है ना. सुपरमैन तैयार हुआ, तभी ना we have becoming what the everything starts from imagination, from human imagination. So when we read, I think ma'am will agree, because she's
Oh, absolutely.
much more writer than I am, and
So
I am a
to-
student of literature also. I think imagination is the best form of any career.
To add to what ma'am is saying, when you read, there are parts of your brain that get activated, which don't get activated otherwise. There's a certain development that happens in your brain, and that happens only through reading. Just the act of reading words on a page. So, so obviously when your brain develops and every part of your brain has to stay healthy, you cannot, put load on one section of your brain. It will automatically ensure your overall health, right? So even things like doctors say to cure Alzheimer's, you have to keep your brain active. So you do certain puzzles. So you're, invoking logic. So different abilities get stimulated when you read and when you do other activities. Physical activities have a different kind of effect. So everything is important and it's all connected. That is the main thing. So to ask, if I read, will I do better in academics? 100%.
One more thing again to add on to ma'am. What about patience? It will give you. आप assimilation हो रहा है ना. आप जाओ एक बुक लेके कॉर्नर में, you are going and reading. In today's fast world, जहाँ पे ऑर्डर करो और पिज्जा आ जाता है, ऑर्डर करो मूवी हो जाता है, ऑर्डर करो एनीथिंग हो जाता है. When you are actually reading, you are giving your brain a lot of rest, and your other faculties, like ma'am said, is actually getting more spark. That's why if you see again, we have a mental health corner here. So the relation between mental health and reading, the relation between mental health and science, the relation between reading and theater and cinema, the relation between reading, cinema and your future, which may also be business. So when these children wanted to do these stalls, तो मैंने बोला कि ठीक है, okay children, you are open to stalls. Everybody started coming. Ma'am, I want to sell this, I want to sell that. So I thought, how will I filter? यहाँ पे तो 20-25 स्टॉल ही हो सकता है, मेरे 800 बच्चे सब स्टॉल बनना चाहते हैं. So I said, okay, in clear official letter writing, write a proposal to me, to the principal. क्या हुआ? A formal letter for the principal लिखना हो गया. That is also in their board examination. कि formal letter कैसे लिखते हैं? Then what? I am selling something for 10 rupees. How much are you buying it for? What is the cost of human labor? Why are you taking so much profit? And all those questions I started asking. रात 11 बजे तक हम मेल के आंसर दे रहे हैं. Okay, then I said you have to pay. See, I could have easily given them nothing, but I wanted to share this, that nothing comes for free. So I took a minimum amount from students, and if you see, look at the response. So everything that we do in Billabong, we have a child centricity. So our CEO says child first. जो भी करो, remember, is your child benefiting? Then you are doing a good job. So this is what we have this entire.
After successful of second edition, this is a limitation for your school only. This festival, in this festival, the students of your school only participate.
No, we have other students also coming from all the across the Pune Arab side area. Yes, yes. The invitation, and I want to make it so big with the help of the journalists that if somebody thinks of children's festival, literature festival, it should be Billabong High Children's Festival. So अभी जयपुर में हम टिकट काट के जाते हैं ना वो फेस्टिवल देखने के लिए तो वैसा I want to make it there. We want to go there.